define the term women empowerment?
I would just say uplifting other women, empowering other women, not putting each other down.
Women empowerment, how do you define it?
I would say uplifting others, specifically women, of course, by not having them feel as though they have to follow society's norms.
The term women empowerment.
Women empowerment to me is like the idea of being able to take on male actions and that we're equal in that regard. But yeah.
Women feeling all around powerful. No, but women having the ability to do things in any means that they see fit and having courage and just that bravery to go out and do something.
Women empowerment, just like women uplifting each other or women being uplifted by the community.
Women empowerment means to me being bold, being a voice for other women. It means being strong and independent.
I will define women empowerment by strong individuals coming together as one, setting aside our differences and working together to be like on top of the world, because we are strong enough to do that if we are able to come together as one.
Of women empowerment, I think of uplifting women of all like races, socioeconomic statuses, and kind of like giving like women like the equal like playing field to kind of like grow and like further themselves like in society. So also like in the workplace and things like that, trying to, you know, like with poverty.
Women empowerment is just kind of like just women supporting women, I guess, and trying to like bring each other up.
Women being able to just take control in their own like society and be able to show that they are just as equal as men.
I would say women empowerment is just women supporting one another in difficult situations.
Define women empowerment as women who have their stuff together, working with other women to, you know, keep us going.
I find it as someone who knows that they have no limits, and that knows that they might think that they're at the top that they can get, but they can go a little bit higher.
Who is the most influential woman you know and why?
I'd either say my mom and grandma or like my godmother. I see how hard they work, so if I can take a little piece of each of them and be that when I get older, that'd be great. My grandma, she got pregnant with my mom at 16, and she did what she needed to do to raise her daughter, and now she's living lavish. She was in abusive relationships and wasn't treated well, but she made it out, and now she's married, living life. My mom, she's just really dope and just does everything for her family, and her kids are #1. But something that my mom's work ethic is ridiculous. She's a teacher, and she wanted me to be a teacher forever, and I was like, no, I don't want to work with kids. And now here I am, I'm a dance teacher, and my mom would always say, I wish I could work for free, I wish I could work for free, and obviously she can't do that. She needs to make an income, and she needs to make a living and provide for her family. But she's just so passionate about what she does, and it's like, if I want to do that when I get older, so that's why I never settle for anything less. My godmother, she's been through struggles and hard times, but she's still out here. She has conferences for women. They're just really dope and they're really great.
Woo! All right. What do you consider a successful woman to be?
When I think of a successful woman, I think of a woman who can do it all, have a career, have a family, be a wife, a mom, and still look good and do good for the people around her, inspiring other women, not putting other women down, just being a good person. I try to not be negative, sometimes. It doesn't really work out, but I try not to be negative and I try to stay as positive as I possibly can. I try not to use the word hate. I try to be the best that I can be. So,
what do you want to see in the future for women?
I think women need to uplift one another. I think if we see other women doing better than us, we initially start talking mess.
I feel the media influences how women treat one another.
Definitely, I think that, like I said before, I think a lot of it comes from within, and some women are really very insecure. You see that a lot nowadays, especially with younger girls. If they see another girl doing better than them, instantly start talking mess, start talking trash, having nasty attitudes, and it's like, why do you have to be so negative all the time? Because it just makes you look like an ugly person. And what is she doing? She's working, doing better, living her best life. And if we were all to have that type of mindset, then it would be a better place, a better world.
And do you feel women deserve more rights, whether that be workplace, societal, just in general, do you feel women deserve more rights?
I do. I think nowadays women, we have the same rights, but we don't really have the same rights. That makes sense. So men, corporate world, they get paid more than we do. Why? I don't know, but they do. There was a point in time women, we couldn't fight, we couldn't vote, we couldn't have jobs. What they thought we were good at, which is having kids and cooking and cleaning, and it's like we can do a lot more than that. We've shown that, and we need more credit. We need a lot more credit.
Do you feel you empower women around you and that they empower you?
Well, I would hope that I empower women around me. Anybody comes to me, if they need help, I try to help as best as I can. I definitely have women here that empower me. Ebony's forcing me to stay up and do this paper that I need to finish, so she's empowered me to pass.
Oh, shit.
People on campus like Miss Escortina, great woman.
Mama Tina.
Yes, Mama Tina. My supervisor, even though she's just my supervisor at work, Vanessa Gaddy is the bomb. She helps me with my life. Through the sorority, I definitely try to empower women. I think that's a big thing. So,
Do you feel you empower women around you and that they empower you?
Yes, because I try to make my friends feel good about themselves and I support them and make them feel like they can do whatever they want.
No. I think I could give good advice and help people, but not necessarily empower them. My friends do empower me, so I see like a friend of mine, Suhei, she works from like 8 at night until 4 in the morning, goes to school by day, and does that every single day. I see my friend Daniela, really involved on campus, my best friend, working from 6 to 2, being a CNA, and just, I see the women around me, so they empower me.
Yes. The women around me are my closest friends. They're also people that I meet on a daily, and we constantly lift each other up and we make each other feel good about ourselves. And yeah.
I would describe myself as outgoing, which could help other women to define their empowerment. And I'm mostly empowered by like other women who are just as outgoing as I am.
Do you feel AU does enough to empower the women on campus?
Definitely more here than I've seen in other societies. In colleges, women have definitely been able to do their own part here, and there's a lot of sororities that help out that are amazing on campus, and it's a great environment here for women.
Do you feel AU does enough to empower the women on campus?
I think so. I'd say yes. I don't think we do anything like specifically that has to do with like feminism or like women empowerment, but I think that they give us fair treatment and they express enough that like they don't kind of like pull double standards or anything on us.
Do you feel AU does enough to empower women on campus?
I do, yeah. There's a lot of like cute little like events. Like they had a women's self-defense class the other day, so I thought that was kind of a cute thing and it was useful.
Do you feel AU does enough to empower the women on campus?
I think so, yeah.
Do you feel AU does enough to empower the women on campus?
No, definitely not. I think they try, they have good ideas, but the execution isn't there.
And do you feel that AU as a campus empowers women?
No.
And do you feel AU does enough to empower the women on campus?
I would say no, because I feel like, again, like talking about sports, I feel like we women are disregarded in that aspect just because we aren't given enough attention as male sports do.
Do you feel AU does enough to empower the women on campus?
Personally, no, because there are a lot more girls on campus and there's not a lot of like activities for us to like interact and like get the chance to know one another and have that like extra support on campus when things do go wrong, like mental health issues and things of that sort.
Do you feel AU as a campus does enough to empower women?
I don't think AU as a campus does enough. I think we could do more. There's always things I hear about other women and about what other women are doing, and I think we should continue to just build each other up, because breaking each other down is going to do nothing for our society.
And do you feel AU does enough to empower the women on campus?
Kind of. I mean, they could definitely do more. It's more of like a topic not talked about, but they can definitely do more.
Do you feel AU does enough to empower the women on campus?
Not at all. I don't really see any type of events at all that can empower women at all. Daniela, that was like the first event that I actually seen that was for us as women, and I feel like this is something that we should definitely bring up, especially we are college students now. We are going to go into the world, the job force, and it may be a lot of men around us, and we have to be able to kind of work together and know like the ins and outs when we actually go into the real world.
AU does enough to empower the women on campus?
Absolutely not. I feel like they're more skewed towards like helping white women more than they are black women, like with women of color on campus, because like this is a PWI, so with that being like what it is, it's just like they're naturally like catering white people like in general, and there's not really much on campus like that kind of like supports women. I mean, like we have Libby's Closet or whatever, and then we have Arise, and that's about it. But like just being a black woman anyways, like you just kind of like there's like certain spaces that like we have to like talk about our issues, and then there's like places that we don't. So I don't feel like this is like one of them, because it's like they're kind of like masked by like white women like kind of coming in and like taking our issues and like making it theirs, and it's like you just don't feel comfortable coming out about it anyways, because like AU just kind of takes like what's going on and just brush it under the rug, and so no, I don't feel like AU does anything to kind of for women empowerment and things like that.
Do you feel AU does enough to empower the women on campus?
What her face just said is what I'm thinking. I think there are a lot of areas that AU could improve in when it comes to supporting women of color, students of color in general. It kind of just seems like if you're not an athlete, it doesn't really matter here. When we all have ideas that could honestly bring something to the school. And I just think that no one is willing at AU to look outside the box and look outside of just sports to bring attention to AU, and positive attention. And not even attention, just making AU more of like a safe haven for students, because I think that's a big thing when especially residents, when you live on campus. I mean, granted, everybody doesn't always want to be here, but there are some people who are here who don't feel like at home, and I don't think that's cool. And that's basically based on experience, like based on their experience here as a woman, as a black student, as a Hispanic student. Like AU, it just seems that AU doesn't care as much for people in those situations. And also on us, we just need to be more vocal about it, to be honest, because nothing's going to change unless we put forth the effort.
Speak up.
And just, even if we get shot down, to continue to, because, I mean, it's going to happen, but you just got to keep talking. And I hope that us now, we can pave the way for future generations of AU students, and that it can be a better place for students to come.
Do you feel AU does enough to empower the women on campus?
No, not at all. I feel like they attempt to make themselves seem as though they are trying, but I don't think they're digging deep enough to understand where we're coming from to then help. If I'm taking a photograph because they want me to be on the website and I say this lighting is not right, because I'm a darker flesh tone gal, you feel me? They're not going to make the adjustments. They're going to keep scooting about their day instead of making me feel comfortable as a student to be here. They're not going to adjust their mindsets of what women should be and empower it. And it's kind of sad because a lot of the faculty high-ups are female. So what better way to teach another female how to get to those leadership roles if you don't open up any opportunities? And especially in the black community that we do have at this PWI, it's not that common that they give many black women those leadership roles. There's 1 out of every 5 in every other office, and then it makes it a little bit more frustrating to try to explain to them what you're experiencing back home to come here and have a new life, have this poster child experience with their diversity when they're not trying to be diverse with us. And it's almost more of a, how you put it, like a poster child. Like, hey, we're diverse. We're not going to do diverse things to make you feel like we're diverse, but we're going to try and probably make everybody else feel comfortable. There is no way I can walk into the counselor center. We were talking about this earlier. Walk into the counselor center and there's only 1 black counselors, and there's plenty of people that go to school for counseling specifically, you know, for women, I think, in my opinion. If I talk to someone who is not familiar with my background, they're not going to understand why I'm frustrated with this girl saying that if I was low confidence in my hair, and this girl say, oh my God, your hair looks like a rag. She's not going to, that counselor who is not black is not going to understand why it stings a little bit more. That black counselor will get it, and then instantly she can connect with me as to how I can make myself feel better. But they don't put that many people into those roles to make you feel comfortable about being here. It's not as diverse as they're saying it. It's as diverse as they want their curriculum to go, in my opinion.